Well, good afternoon, everybody. Here we are at Patriots Corner in Portland, Oregon, doing our thing, standing tall and strong for our Patriots, and just doing, the goodwill of our Lord Jesus Christ, and helping to bring this all to fruition and get our Patriots out, get them out of prison. And so, good tidings from Patriot Corner.
Nothing happening so far. The jurors are still up there deliberating. It's not very possible that we're going to get a verdict today, so it's pretty quiet since court this morning. All we know is that the jurors are deliberating, and we got 12 jurors again, so that's all we're doing down here. It's pretty quiet. We've got all of our flags out. We're marching around, educating people, passing out more constitutions, talking to a lot of people. Lot of friendly people. We almost don't have anybody that's countering us at all. They're just all talking to us about what's going on and the injustice that's going on all over the country. We've had a gentleman from Romania that's waiting on his son to get out of prison. He's been in there for 2.5 years. He's been hanging with us all day. He comes down here and has talked to us off and on for the last couple of weeks. And just hearing the injustice that's done to his son, and it's just horrible, all these stories that we're hearing, from Joe Robertson in Montana to Schaefer Cox in Alaska to Michael Emery. The story just goes on and on of all these guys across the country. Jeff Winehouse out of Missouri. There's many others. I can't even think of all the names. And then, our 7 guys that are waiting on a verdict here. We've got Ammon and Ryan and David Fry that haven't been able to be let out on bond at all. They're sitting up here in this federal court building in shackles and chains all day long while we're waiting on a verdict. People that haven't been found guilty yet are being treated so inhumanely. Ryan Bundy is in a jail cell during the night without any water. Just things like this, that just the injustice that just needs to stop. And that's what we're down here for. Today makes 47 days that I've been down here in Portland. I haven't left. Going to continue staying. We're going to get a verdict before I go home here. So,
our Constitution is being trashed. People, it's being trashed from one end to the other. This judge would not allow the Constitution to be brought to our court. In fact, Ryan Bundy actually started pulling it out of his pocket like this, and she's like, no, I will not have that in my court. Okay? She thinks it's her court. It's the people's court. And it's mind-boggling how they have degraded and stomped on the Constitution. That's our freedoms. That's our liberties.
People have died for the Constitution.
Absolutely.
And our Constitution is being taught in public schools as a history lesson of something of the past. It's just, it's an injustice what's going on.
And it's going to catch up to everybody eventually, and probably sooner than later. This case here is historic. It can, regardless which direction it goes, if it goes negative for us, it's going to be negative for the whole country. You're just going to be more in bondage as individuals across this country than ever before, and it's hinging right here. We win this thing, it's going to send shockwaves through this country. It's going to send shockwaves through the world that we won this thing, because it's all about the land rights issues. Without your land, you have nothing. And if the government, the federal government, by usurpation, if they can take your lands, your properties, and it's not what they call public lands anymore, it's private lands also. Look what they did to Joe Robertson. They're going to take everything, and that's one thing everybody's got to understand. It's not going to stop here. It's just going to go and go and go and go and go. You have no future. Your children have no future. Your grandchildren have no future.
Just like the Hammonds. The Hammonds are sitting in prison, serving a 5-year prison sentence for injustice, being charged as terrorists for starting a backburn on their property. This thing has got to stop. And that's why the Bundys are setting up in here. For this injustice that's being done, the government overreach, they stepped up for their brother. And they decided that they had seen enough of it themselves. and they know it. They know what they're doing is right. I know what they're doing is right. It's been an honor to be down here to be a part of this, and seeing so many other people come from all over the country to join us. We got Grady Kaiser again down here from Alaska. He's been down here for the last couple of days. Bran from over in Nevada. We've got people from all over been joining us off and on through this whole time, and it's been great. And we appreciate all of you guys joining us, and just continue praying for us and keeping us in your prayers, and hope the jury comes back pretty soon with a verdict. I know the guys it's torture for them to be sitting there like that, just waiting. And so we're just thankful we got all the support from everybody out here. We need to free these guys, get them released and back home to their families.
Well, let me mention the Hammonds one more time. You know, that 130 acres of what they call public land that got burned, you know, they had the grazing rights to that 130 acres. You know what that means? That was their grass that got burnt up. It was not some taxpayers from New York's property or from California. Like,
there was no victim.
My taxes pay for this stuff. No, it was, they had the grazing rights. They burnt their own grass up. That's how insidious this whole thing is. Plus, we have two witnesses. I watched them with my own two eyes testify on video at the refuge, state that they saw the BLM light those fires with drip torches. It was not a lightning strike. So when the Hammonds come out and light a backfire to save their ranch, is because the BLM started the damn fires. I mean, this is so bad. It's so insidious. These people were totally set up. And then speaking about the Bundys, you know, the second greatest commandment, what was it? Love your fellow man as you love yourself. Okay? They answered that call to love their fellow man as themselves. They had everything to lose. These are young people with young families. You know, they have business. Like Ammon has a successful business, living the American dream. And they go to help a neighbor in distress. That's what that was all about. Why? Because they were answering God's commandment to love your fellow man as you love yourself. So this is how bad it is. The government don't want you to love your fellow man. He wants you to turn your fellow man in for money. You know,
exactly.
And that's what's been happening over and over and over again. Turn your fellow man in for money, like the informants at the refuge. We were talking about that today at one time. Almost half of the people there were government informants, you know, and yet they're not being prosecuted for this supposed conspiracy, which they were heavily involved with. If you want to look at it like that, it's crazy. The whole thing's just crazy.
It's crazy. Another thing we've been keeping an eye on, we haven't said much on the live streams here at all, but Standing Rock out there in North Dakota. Sounds like they need a lot of prayers right now too. There's a lot of law enforcement out there. They've got them surrounded. I've been seeing short little video clips off and on the day about that and getting a lot of messages from people. So Standing Rock out there in North Dakota definitely needs our prayers today. A lot of tactics and scare stuff going on that's going to provoke people, and we don't want nothing bad happening out there at all. It looks pretty scary out there with all that police force, military vehicles and guns for people that are unarmed. This is just totally wrong, and we want everybody to know at Standing Rock out there that we're praying for you and standing strong down here on Patriot Corner for you guys too. I know Brand, I seen a message here that said Brand looks tired. Both of us have been tired. On this concrete, it is hard on you all day long. Yeah. But we're still standing strong. We're not going nowhere. We need some answers here, and as soon as we get a verdict back, we can make our next plans for where we're going to go and what we're going to do. But this fight's not over. No matter if it's a guilty or not guilty, we're still got to fight for our country and for the freedom of our children and their children.
Well, we got to stand with our Native American brothers. You know, if you talk about a people that has been taken advantage of, I mean, the United States government has not lived up to one single treaty with those people, with our Native American brothers. The United States government is just full of a bunch of liars. They're unscrupulous. They can't be trusted. And here they go again. You know, I don't know all the ins and outs about that. I hear, well, that's private property, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? That river is their lifeline. That's their water, and many other people downstream. And what are you going to do when your water gets poisoned right in front of you? You're going to sit there and take it? I mean, we've been taking the chemtrails. They've been poisoning our air. At some point, this is all has got to stop before they kill us all with these soft kills. And it's getting worse and worse and worse. So here we got our Native American brothers. They're standing up for everybody.
Surrounded by hundreds of police out there. That private property we're talking about, a lot of that private property belongs to corporations. So if you call that private property, something seriously wrong. These are not individual ranchers that own private property. These are corporations that are bringing in untold amounts of money, and it's not going back to the people. It's being sold to places over in other countries. This is just wrong. From the uranium from Oregon that's being mined out of the land, from all across the West here, all these corporations, something needs to stop. We're tired of it. All of us are, and we're going to stand up against these corporations and this evil, corrupt government and this tyranny. The governments, all they are is they're protecting corporations.
That's it. It's a faulty money system that has allowed this to take place, because what is there, $4 trillion outside of the United States that they're trying to bring in to buy up our land and steal it from us, because they destroyed our economy for the most part. Everybody wants jobs. Oh, we got to have jobs. And that $4 trillion that's offshore, they're trying to bring it in through these corporations and buy everything up. It's all fraud.
It is.
They can buy up this whole friggin' country right out from underneath us fraudulently through these corporations. Somebody's got to stand up and put an end to this, because I think it was Thomas Jefferson said you'll wake up someday and the land that our forefathers fought for will be taken away from their children and their grandchildren, and that's exactly their great-grandchildren. That's exactly what's happening. They're stealing everything right out from underneath us through these big corporations.
Exactly right. So it's been an honor to stand down here with Bran, and we're going to continue standing strong. We'll keep you updated as much as we can. We'll try to have you another update about 5 o'clock this evening, 5:30, when the jurors are going home or dismissed for tonight. Looks like they're going to go till 5:30 is what I've been told. So as soon as we know that they have left the courthouse and went home, if we have any new news at all, we're going to try to update you one more time this evening and let you know what we know. And then the jurors will be sent home until Monday morning. So we won't have much news through the weekend, but maybe we'll be surprised with good news today, but most likely it's going to be next week. We'll keep you updated and have you one more update this about 5:30 tonight. Thanks a lot.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
God bless.